Hello everyone, and welcome to my 100th video. This transformer review, as you can see, is for G1 Shockwave. It's a great figure in great condition. As you can see, I've got it boxed, got the instruction manual there and the tech spec decoder hiding away in front of his barrel around the back there. Now if I can turn the box around, you can see he's got the usual G1 battle scene on the back there with Ravage and Starscream and Optimus Prime and Sunstreaker and Prowl. Box is in sort of pretty good condition. Like a lot of my G1s, I tried to keep boxes if I could, and it sort of just kept him in better nick really. Obviously, for any G1 fan, you know Shockwave is a gun like Megatron. He does do electronic sounds and light. If I bring the barrel around to the front of the camera and pull trigger, he's got lights in there, and you've got a switch on the back, so you can change the sound as well, which is a bit ear piercing. To be quite honest, it's a bit like a fire alarm. Really great figure. In gun mode, there are a few things to look out for if you ever come across one of these and you want to pick him up. The rubber hose on top is notorious for perishing, and that's got the wiring going from the main body where the battery is into what will be one of his arms. The battery cover here, and even mine, has got this problem. The catch is a real pain in the neck to get into there for the battery, and they do snap off, and mine has actually done that in the past and I've had to glue it back on. That's the only real downside to this figure. That is a real pain in the neck, to be quite honest. They should have done a screw release cover or something like that. And another place where he's often got damage is this clear sight. If you want to look through it like a target in sight, that suffers obviously because it's quite thin clear plastic. It does tend to snap off, so again that's something to really look out for if you ever get in one of these. Other than that, as I say, it's a futuristic handgun that you can hold and play with yourself. You could also do in the G1 cartoons, if I flip out his metal feet, in some of the cartoons you did see him standing like almost like a cannon or a telescope for observing things, but it's another little mode that they don't actually show in so much in the instructions, but it was in the cartoon, which is another nice little touch. You know, you can display him like that. To transform him, first of all, carefully flick down the rear sight, pull down on the grip to release his legs, and then flip up this back section and close that up, and that becomes like a backpack. Then you bring that out straight like so, and then you've got to pull the metal legs out to the sides like so, and that gives him his full length legs. They're a little bit temperamental, a little bit like Megatron's, that they tend to want to slide back in. They're on like a sprung loaded sort of catch, and they are a little bit temperamental and a little bit wobbly. The next part you've got to do is take off this front piece, and this is again often a piece what's missing from a Shockwave figure, because once you take it off it's got no actual use other than his gun mode, which is a shame. They could have incorporated that on his back. And then the next piece to do is to separate the two front sections there, and as you swing them down and out, that releases his head up out the top, and all you've got to do is bring up his sort of ear pieces, and that is basically Shockwave. A great figure, a little bit of a wobbly head, and that does, I believe, revolve. Yeah, it's a little bit stiff. And in this mode as well, which I should show you, is if you pull the trigger, which is now here, his forearm cannon now lights up as well, which is a really good little feature. Really good G1 transformer, this. Iconic and very, very cartoon accurate. To be quite honest, you'd have a job not to sort of like get it any sort of better. Articulation's not bad. He's actually got knee joints, and you can lift his legs up to the front. Arm articulation is pretty good. You just can't lift up at the shoulders, but he can do forearms, which is nice clicking sound as well. And of course he's got his nice clear closed fist, because obviously he doesn't need to hold a gun because he's got one built in. Really great figure. One of my all-time favourites. Nice size too. He's bigger than Megatron and obviously Optimus Prime from the original G1 one. But really good figure. Really nice and imposing. And as I say, very cartoon accurate. It's really nice. Great for display. And obviously for play value he was great because he made sounds and that, a bit like Galvatron. That's about it for him really. It's quite a simple transformation but a really good robot. Hope you've enjoyed that review. That's my 100th review out of the way. I'll just take a little bit of time just to say thank you to John Knowlesy for mentioning me in one of his vlogs and sort of trying to get me some more subscribers. If you're seeing any of my videos and you want to subscribe, please feel free. But I'm not doing it as a sort of like a living, and this is just really a hobby. But feel free to subscribe if you're interested in Transformers, and I shall see you again for another Transformers review, and on to the next couple of hundred. See you again.